Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's go over a medium level question that I just solved on my own. So I'm super happy about this and I'm very glad that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any help. So let's go over it and let me show you how I did it. So this is question 355, design Twitter. So basically you just want to implement these methods of this Twitter class, and basically you have these users and these tweets who can follow each other. So let's get started. So let's first initialize a dictionary because we're going to want to keep track of the users and their tweet IDs and also the users and their followers. Okay, so for posting a tweet, this user would post a tweet with the tweet ID, and we're just going to record the tweet ID because sometimes we might actually want a user who follows inside of the value of this user ID key. Okay, so that's going to be very important. Cool. So posting a tweet is pretty straightforward. Getting newsfeed is going to be the hardest part. So otherwise, for following, basically self.d, this guy followed this guy. So follow E ID, we're going to add follower ID and follower ID. Again, this could be the same thing, which is why we prefix it with a string. Cool. So same here. If we're unfollowing, we do the opposite. So we're going to discard since this is a set of tuples. Cool. So now let's just return a dummy value and let's print self.d. Let's also print the user ID to make sure we're on track. Okay, so you can see here, for one, we have tweet ID 5, but we also have, so 2 is following 1. So I might have gotten that backwards. So for the follower ID, we have to append followee to make it show up. So let's do that. Cool. So you can see one not only has a tweet, but also a followee, which means we need to get all the tweets they have and all their children as well. Right? Cool. So that's what we're going to do. So let's call this answer, and we're going to return that list at the end. What's important here is that we only want the 10 most recent tweet IDs. Cool. And we also have to pay very close attention to the ordering. So what we're going to do is append the user ID and the tweet ID so that when you look at the examples, actually what you need to do is go from right to left instead of left to right, because the most recent are the ones that are last in first out for a list, right? Cool. It's because this is like a stack. So now basically for this user ID, let's go ahead and print that, which will make things more clear. Cool. So we have 2's tweet IDs plus 5. Cool. So for, let's call this now is self.d user ID for n and now. Again, if n is a tweet, and let's also make this a set, because again, we're going to take this order going from right to left, the most recent, and we're also going to care about only the 10 most recent, as it says right here. Cool. So if that's the case, then we're just going to add n of, because we don't even care about the order here. That's what the tote is for. So we're going to add n of 1. Otherwise, we're just going to actually call it depth first search on, because this is going to be a followee ID, so we're going to do that on n of 1, and we're also going to have a particular, let's just make this a set. Cool. So let's call this current and more, because that's what we're going to add, because this guy might have tweets as well. So for C and current, again, if C of 0 is equal to tweet ID, then more.add C of 1. Otherwise, we're going to do a depth first search on self.d C of 1. That's always the number, because in this case, it has to be a person. Cool. Otherwise, and we're also going to add more, right? Cool. Because we're just going to add the specific tweets. And then we want to return more. And let's call this value. So let's print value. And let's also update value by basically, if we have a set of 3 and then we have a set of 4 and 5, this is answer. It's just going to combine to become this. Cool. So now let's print answer. And let's... I know this is not a list. So now let's go from self.tote -1. And we have a result. So again, if... because tote is the tweet ID, so if t of 1 is in answer, because we only append the tweet IDs, then we can go ahead and append t of 0. And then we're just going to get the 10 most recent. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Okay, time limit exceeded. I'm not sure why, so let's get rid of this and this. Okay, so... Okay, so we're looking for the most recent tweet IDs, right? Okay, so we're actually going to append T1 because that's the tweet ID. Cool. All right, let's submit it. And you'll notice that this is really, really slow because we're doing a nested depth first search. But what I discovered is actually you do not even need this. You can just call the recursive and it's only 2 layers deep. So we don't even need that. Saves a lot of time. So let's run this. Okay, submit it. And there you go. Passes all test cases. So again, I'm super happy that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any help and solve it completely on my own. So that's it for question 355, design Twitter, a medium level question.